Good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. And we've got a massive game week installed for ourselves over the weekend. The midweek, unfortunately, just did not go to any sort of real plan. We're picking up Jack Diddley Squat from the game week. I knew kind of picking the teams I was making an arse at, and it kind of did pan out that way, you know, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, not been up to too much really over this last kind of little period. Since Monday stream, I think I managed to get a podcast out, the SoRare Procast. I think it's episode like 12 we're up to now, with Black. That dropped earlier this game week, and we were talking about taking your own advice. If you haven't caught that podcast, anywhere you get podcasts, just go, type in SoRare Pro or SoRare Procast. It will come right up. There's a wee hyphen in the middle there. And great listen. And there's another episode coming out probably Saturday or something like that. I'll probably drop it over the weekend with a special guest yet to be, you'll find out in due time. We've also got a new feature in the stream that we're maybe going to try and debut tonight. We'll kind of see how it plays around with the connection and all that kind of jazz, but hopefully it adds another little kind of dimension to some of the stuff that I try and avoid doing on stream. Maybe now I can do it more, and it will make all of our output a lot better as a result. We'll be picking the teams for the next game week coming. We'll be looking at the prize pools for the next game week coming as well, of course. And yeah, as usual, guys, anything from you guys in the live chat you want to throw out there, we'll chat about it, or anything that's kind of came up maybe I've forgotten at this moment in time, we'll maybe come to it as we go through. But by all means, get involved in the live chat. We're dropping fist bumps for all of these. If you're watching this live, thank you very much for joining me tonight. And if you're watching this after we've been live, thank you very much. It means the world to me. You've got no idea. Don't forget, guys, at any stage, you laugh, you learn, you like something, whatever, do me a massive favour, smash that thumbs up button. Goes a long way to supporting the channel. And by all means, get involved in the comment section after we've been live as well, to have your say on the game week. Spoiler, special guest is not Mikey Baston. But we'll drop the fist bumps. Misaki was here nice and early, dropping the dabs as well. Love to see it. Roast Levin, Nanzo Scoop, good to see you, my man. Thanks for joining us. Matty Boy, Nanzo Scoop is now the proud owner of the Ashraf Hakimi. Thanks a lot for joining us, my man. Matty Boy, Harry Trades, good to see you, my man. And yeah, get a great little start to the stream so far. So, what to start with? I think we'll start with the rubbish game week that we're just about to leave behind, and we'll kind of then run from there. Okay, so I picked 3 teams, and I was saying to you guys, I'm playing a common Voivoda in Mikey Baston, the the saint that he is, reached out to me and he's like, listen, I have a Tavon Gray going spare if you would like to take him on board. I said, I'm sorry, Mikey, I couldn't do it. Just in case people thought me and you were in cahoots going to be making the new Blackpool, you know. I passed, and unfortunately, you know, it started on the bench, I think, you know, and he still managed to come off with a 45, so he's actually not done too bad. But Tavon Gray, I think he got an assist or something, but he scored amazingly well this game week. Vlasic just didn't even feature from the bench, and then everyone else kind of done what I thought, really. But the Tavon Gray would have made a difference. We would have scraped the 0.01, I believe. Yeah, 40. Yeah, I think he got 60 plus Tavon, so yeah, would have definitely got the 0.01. The All-Star Pro, I basically picked my worst super rare this game week. I'm actually just going to dive in after this and show you the players I had and how much of a fuck up I made in this game week. But Ivan Illich started. I watched the Cagliari match. He did pretty well. The thing I really like about Ivan Illich, that I like just as much about guys like Renato Sanchez and Sandro Tonali, is the box-to-box nature of their play. This is one of Illich's first games back from an injury he maybe missed about 3 or 4 matches with. And I didn't really see him get into the box more than once or twice, which for somebody, normally that's something that I've seen him do well on early season. He was racking up goals and assists. I think he's still kind of easing his way back in. And it was a hard-fought match. It was 0-0. There wasn't many chances in the game, it must be said. Verona did look better, but they definitely, you know, with Illich next to Veloso, and then the kind of 3 that they've been playing successfully well up front, and well, Illich has been absent, and I forget all the names off the top of my head, but it was an Argentinian lad, and Simeone's son and somebody else, I forget, but they've been playing really well. But before those 3 were playing together, there was another midfielder in there with Veloso and with Illich, so it's a wee bit of a different dynamic. So anyway, that is what it is. The Revs guys, you know, if he's caught, I only managed to catch the highlights. I've turned the match on to watch it, and I plumb fell asleep, man. Sometimes I'm right up for it, and I'll stay up till like 3 in the morning and watch 2 or 3 of them back to back if I can. And sometimes I just can't control it. Just the lights go out on me, and I'm sleeping. And then the Celtic boys tonight, they did okay, but you know, by that point the team was dead, so that is what it is. Reports are coming to me that Jota's been injured this evening, so I'll need to watch out for that, because he's definitely a big part of my plans for the next game week. I threw out a limited team, and I kind of knew it was going to be a DNP goalkeeper, probable DNP defender, and the rest of the guys kind of showed up and did some bits and pieces. Good to see Lautaro get a big score and really boost his confidence up. And the champion Euro Rare was a decent team, but Cherky kind of let it down. Even if we swapped Cherky with Wea, we would have still been off the prizes by a margin. But with 2 underperforming players in the middle here, with Sulemana and Denier conceding 2 goals to Ream, no less, then it is what it is. We weren't really on for much. But because I still think there's no SD11 this game week, so I'm just going to go to the game week centre and look at my players, because I know I had like, Renato Sanchez and Tonali did pretty well. Who are both super rare midfielders that could have replaced Illich, but just so you can see, even Gagliardini, the other limited that I really have never given much thought to, he actually done pretty well with a 73. Renato Sanchez 72 before multiplier. Tio Hernandez 51. Sandro Tonali with no decisive before multiplier 61. Jesus Medina came at the party with a 50, and he had a big chance missed. So I did say it was one of those games for Medina where he could have done horrible, or he could have got 100, and with a big chance missed, when I seen that, I thought, oh, it'll be interesting to see what the score actually is. I left that until after the fact, and surprisingly still good, you know, 50, he still played a good game. But yeah, who was it get sent off? Castellanos. That could have easily been Medina in my head, because Medina's got those daft yellows in him. And then yeah, I suppose beyond that I don't have too much, but it would have been quite feasible to assume that Medina, Tonali, or Renato Sanchez would have been in ahead of Illich, and they would have did much better as a super rare midfielder, of course, almost twice the score for a lot of them before multiplier. I don't know if it would have quite made a difference, but it made me feel better about the team selection. Picking the worst super rare out the bunch is no small achievement, must be said. There's a few more of you joining us. Buenos noches, Kissy Quirk, good to see you, my man. Tavon scored a 73.2. Mikey Baston's tell me, and he's gutted that he didn't use him. Daniel Cooper, good to see you, my man. Rodrigo Pedro, good to see you, fist bump. And Anurag, good to see you, my man. Thanks for joining us this evening. So we're leaving this game week, if you're just joining us, guys, we're leaving this game week with Jack Diddley squat. We're not picking anything up, but I do have high hopes for the game week we're about to roll into. I'll just show you the teams of shame. So again, how many points were we away? 136. I would have really needed to, yeah, I'd had to have reformatted this team almost entirely. It would have been like Tio Hernandez in defence, 2 super rare mids, and then Kyogo I don't think I would have made that formation of team, so I'm not going to beat myself up too much about it. It was possible, but I know I would have, the only team that would have done something, I wouldn't have picked it. So we've got the lineup builder for this game week. Now, I'm pretty sure I haven't actually opened lineup builder yet. Yeah, so I think I've done my usual thing where I've been messing about on SoRare itself, and I've been on the couch watching games or keeping up with Twitter and injury reports and seeing something with suspension or remember to leave that guy out and whatever. So I've done all that stuff. I've not got any lineup saved or anything, which is great. So we're going to go and have a look at the prize pool for this game week, okay? Because the prize pool is always where we start. Now, I think I've seen this on Monday, but I've actually been feeling like, a big part of my tactic is trying to use players where they're not normally utilised, okay? So like Hakimi, for example, it's now with our man Nanzo. Nanzo's got a bunch of uniques, a really nice gallery. Wouldn't be surprised if that Hakimi knocks around many more D2s. But if you look at the reward list that Hakimi has won, it has been a D3 monster. So I'm now looking at that kind of angle again, but it's not necessarily division related, because I think it really at this point in time, we're all doing the same thing I'm doing. We're all looking at the prize pools and going, where's the best bang for my buck for my best 5? Who is my best 5 or my best 8? And then what is the best 5 I can get from that? And what is the best kind of division I can deploy that in, is where everyone's kind of starting these days. So I'm trying to do that more with the regions that I'm applying, and that's where the lineup builder comes in handy, because it will kind of let me know those differentials if we can try and find them and get them when we can. So at a glance, all the main rare divisions, nothing really jumps out to be a massive kind of eye catcher, I suppose. 683 cards, an all-star rare. I'm not sure if that's an increase or not, but it's a big number to see, certainly. 266 in Challenger, which is not surprising with the amount of cards in that region. Finally, that's getting up. 191 is a good amount of places to be paid out for in Champion Europe Rare, so I'm definitely enticed by that. And 43 for Pro, for how competitive that is kind of stinking, to be honest with you. Star Rare's back for the top 10s. I guess it's well earned, a Star Rare. You'd hope you'd be fishing at the top of the pool, but as we come to look at the matches this game week, we'll have a glance over this, because I don't feel I do that often enough, and especially now with the My Matches feature, it makes all that a bit kind of easier. So in Turkey, and I'm not really up to speed on the head-to-heads for all these guys as of yet. That will be coming in due course, guys. But nothing jumps out at me. Fenerbahce are at home. Maybe they've got a good fixture. I've looked at Galatasaray, because I've got DeAndre Yedlin. That's a good fixture for them. If you go by what's on paper, in reality, we'll see. In Belgium, do I see any obvious big... Anderlecht could have a great game against Zult. Zult are always a team that will concede a bucket. Bruges could do okay against Sarang, I think, from when I've looked at that as well. And I think Royal, against anyone at the moment, could score a hatful of goals. And Saint Trudense, if that's what we call them, they can be involved in high-scoring matches at both ends of the field. In Russia, it's good to see Rubin Kazan being licensed and up on running, especially with the rest of a lot of these teams. But Rubin Kazan's been a long absentee that we've been waiting for. It's good to see him on board. Lokomotiv have got a favourable game at home. Zenit as well. Zenit at home. Dinamo and Ufa. A lot of the Moscow teams, a lot of the big teams are at home this game week. Yeah, there's a lot of them. And that's normally when I like to play my Russian cards, is when they're at home. Austrian Bundesliga, Salzburg are at home at Hartberg, and Hartberg I know are a team that will concede a bucket. Or they've got that in them. Swiss League, who knows? Who do Ajax have in Feyenoord? So Feyenoord are at home at Fortuna Sittard. That is probably going to be a high-scoring affair, to be quite honest with you. Ajax, I don't see. I actually seen people were rejoicing at the fact that Ajax don't have a fixture this weekend, so that will be that. Who do PSV have at home at Utrecht? That could be something, I suppose. In Portugal, we've got the Lisbon derby, Benfica against Sporting. I think I'm going to be backing Darwin Núñez in that fixture, just because they've kind of had a rest, haven't they? Compared to everyone else playing 7 men for 60 minutes or whatever it was. Who do Porto have? They're away to Portimonense, so that could be. It depends on rotation policies and whatever. Celtic away at Dundee United, Rangers at home at Dundee. Championship, I'm just going to fly past that. France, Marseille at home at Brest could be a great game for some Pauli and the guys. Monaco at home again, they could get a convincing victory at home at Metz. That's definitely beyond the realms of possibility. Lille, I've been very frustrated with early doors this season, and so my Joe David, right as this form crescendos and goes off in a wild one. I'm now starting to see Renato and Timo Weah do some form. And at home to Troyes or Troy, again, this could be a really great game for Lille as they go into that final game in Europe, still fighting for qualification into, I think it might just be the Europa League for next season. I forget the exact details around it. Rennes and Saint Etienne will be a tough game. Rennes having lost midweek to Lille, in fact, that's who it was. PSG away to Lens should be a big result for PSG, you would think. Roma Inter, huge game. Napoli Atalanta is a huge game as well. And I think Napoli guys, if attacking players especially, I don't know if I'd be picking defenders or whatever, but attacking Napoli players, if you know who's going to play for Napoli, that could be a great game to be involved in, because Napoli are top of the league in good form. Atalanta are a great side, but they will always give you a chance. And Napoli at home in the situation they're in, I expect them to dominate the match and get a lot of goal scoring opportunities. Juve at home at Genoa. Shevchenko's Genoa. I watched them last night with AC Milan, and I guess the first job is get them solid. That's kind of what they were about until the goals just came in. There was nothing really Genoa could do, to be honest with you. They were just, a good free kick from Zlatan, Messiah's header, and then I forget Messiah's third goal. I think it was a nice finish, if memory serves me right. But it was just good moments of brilliance. They weren't horrible or anything. They were just quite one-dimensional. Hellas Verona for me, I've got a good fixture away to Venezia. And then let's see in Germany. Leipzig away to Union. The Union have been one of the kind of big stories in Germany this year. They've been in the top 8, I think, pretty much all season long. They're in the Conference League as well. And Leipzig really need the points in this. This time of the season, especially in Germany, right before the winter break, you can see it with teams like Dortmund and whatever, especially. It's much more magnified because a lot more people watch them. Leipzig has supplies as well, but the depth of their squad is where these games get decided, really. The backup guys that come in, etc. So I think Leipzig, I'm actually quite confident in backing them with my cards this game week. Cologne as well, away to Bielefeld, I think could be a really good fixture if we've got some Cologne cards. Mainz and Wolfsburg, on paper looks good for Wolfsburg, but we'll see. Hoffenheim, Frankfurt, I've got Trapp, and I'm just kind of hoping that he doesn't concede too many. To Hoffenheim, have been in really good form recently, it must be said. But I'm hoping for my own sake that's a low scoring affair, but I think if you've got Hoffenheim cards, midfielders and Frankfurt midfielders, I think it could be a really good game week for them. And Leverkusen will probably get the best fixture of the German match day at home to Firth, high on confidence after beating Leipzig, and going strong as well with Diaby and Wirtz and fine Vettel. So I think Leverkusen stacks might do extremely well this game week. In Spain, Barca at home at Betis. Our very own John Nellis will be there in person. I believe a few of you guys will be meeting up as well. Godspeed to you all. Hope you have a great time, and I can't wait to see all the footage and all the content that comes out from it. I don't know who John's backing. I loaned him a Canales so I hope he has fun with that. And I don't know if he wants Betis to win or not, but we'll see. Real Madrid away to Sociedad will be a very good game to watch. I believe that's 8 o'clock on, I'm going to guess that's a Saturday or something. So that could be a good game to be watching. Celta Vigo Valencia is a tough game for me because I've got strong players on both sides there. Don't know how I feel about that game. I've watched a good bit of Celta Vigo. They've got good stats. They're on definitely an upward trajectory. But Valencia are definitely one of the better teams in the division, and you need to be on your game to beat them. So could be one of these games that's 2-2 or something like that, or it could be 0-0. Could be some cards as well. Some of these tight games in Spain, they do get, yellow cardy, and once you get a few yellows, you can get those doubles that send you off. So on paper, Madrid again have got a really good home fixture. Mallorca have not been in great goal scoring form. I've got defender in Mallorca camp, and I'm not too sure if I even think that's a good idea to play him or not, because I still don't think Atletico would win like 3-0. There might be 1-0, 2-1, something like that. In which case, having a defender, that's not really the worst kind of game to be involved in. So that's something I'm thinking about as I'm going through this. Sevilla Villarreal was a massive Unai Emery derby. And then Premier League, I don't think there's much going on here for SoRare really at the moment, is there? Liverpool away to Wolves for You'll Never Walk Alone. And West Ham at home at Chelsea, the Black Derby. Andy Black, the man himself, Chelsea fan, West Ham stacker. He will be conflicted this game week, I'm sure. And then I think this is the final game of the K-League. Not much going on in terms of much to play for. I think everything's pretty much wrapped up. So be aware of random rotations. Is the thought on that. In the J-League, there's still some teams fighting for some places. I think this might also be one of the last games, if not the last game. But it's Kawasaki and Yokohama first v second. I hope they just both let the leash off and just go for it, and it's like 6-5 to one of them. That would be good fun. Kashima Antlers need the points away to already relegated Vegalta Sandai to secure continental qualification for the following season. And I don't think there's many others. So Urawa need the points as well, I think. I'm not too sure if they're actually still in the running or not. In Brazil, don't really know what's going on here. Same with Argentina, really, at the moment. It's kind of winding up. I'm back in Argentinos Juniors, of course, because of my wee super goalkeeper I've picked up. And then we've got the conference finals. We've got the Western Conference final between Portland and Salt Lake City, and the Eastern Conference final between Philly and New York. Now, I'm telling you this, whoever wins the Eastern Conference is going to win MLS Cup. Salt Lake City are like just... RSL are just absolutely beasting their way through the playoffs. Portland have been good this year. They were really good last year as well. But I think if New York can get by Philly, I fancy New York to win the final. Of course, we have an amazing season for all involved. I don't think Philly been up to much this year, but you just cannot write them off. They're just so well drilled and they've got such good talent. So there'll be some great MLS action on over the weekend, and I'll be definitely doing my best to stay awake for the New York game. It's not going to be hard at all. 8 o'clock kickoff. And then a wee bit of Liga MX. I think they've got playoffs and stuff, but again, I'm not really up to speed on all that. I've kind of lost track of the chat a little bit, guys, so I'll catch up with these in a wee momento. But yeah, so a lot of great fixtures. Who did Bayern have, actually? Did I see Bayern? Yeah, Bayern have got... So I'm thinking about Bayern and Ajax, right? Because they're the ones that we dread the most, right? And PSG away to Lons. Bayern and Dortmund, yeah, so I don't think we've really got much fear on the big stacks this game week. I think it is going to be about individual brilliance is what's going to win the game weeks, and that's what I'm all about, guys, you know. So looking at these prize pools, they all look pretty attractive. Champion Euro Pro looks a wee bit more appealing now because of that. Now, don't get me wrong, Bayern can still mop the floor with Dortmund score-wise, SO5, and do pretty well. Top 43 to be getting a Tier 2 rare. I think I'd have to be aiming for a Tier 1 rare, top 30, to be entertaining this. And at the top of the pool... Solozabai, I know I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry. Another Joe David, that'd be cool. Griezmann's here, Trap, flanking a lot of goalkeepers, Sulemana, Royce. It's a nice pool to be fishing in. I see Guardiola there. So that's a pool I can happily sling my hook into for sure. So I think we're going to be starting it anyway, but I just want to see viability, what I think about that. As a division. So I'm going to go Rare Pro. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at the goalkeeper. So I think from our first assessment over the fixtures, All Black looks like the guy to be looking at, really, doesn't he? I've only got 3 keepers available for the region. The opposition stat points to All Black. He gets picked more than anyone. He's also getting picked in this division more than anyone. So I'm not actually liking the look of that. But I actually like the look of our boy Nooble here. He's getting picked a little bit less in this division. And I think his fixture is quite favourable, in fact. So I might even be tempted to go Nooble in that game, because he could just be a wee bit easier. Like, Mallorca have some talented players in their team, and as much as Atletico are definitely picking up their form, they're not imperious champions as they maybe could be. So in defence, I'm not going to be looking at Maffeo, I don't think, Harama. Opposition score for a defender against Atleti is an average of 47. There's only 4 cards available. It looks like a lot of them get played here. Out the 4, so like 2/3 of them. So yeah, like 3 of them are going in here. So me and 3 other guys will be loving the Pablo Maffeo love. Denier away, Robertson away, and even Guardiola away. Not great fixtures. I think Tio's got the best fixture, in fact, at home to Salernitana, if that's how you say that. So I think I'm going to pick Tio as probably my best defender, and we'll see how we go from there. In midfield, I've got a bit of pressure now to be picking a super rare, I think. Let's have a look at opposition stats. Is Renato Sanchez, and he is at home to Troyes. Now, as I'm doing that, I actually know already where I've stuck Renato Sanchez on the SoRare app itself. 2 seconds. I'm going to pause for the cause, right? Take a drink of water and catch up with you guys in the live chat, because I realise I've just run away with from these. Misaki doesn't like seeing comments. PK Random. World of Football Tips, fist bump to you. SoRare Value, fist bump, good to see, my man. Dynamo Moscow Full Stack is getting its first and last for a while out in this game week. Good luck to you, mate. At home as well, good fixture for you. Might not be anything, Misaki. I personally offer common versions. I'm not getting into commons tonight, sorry guys. Great to see you back in Darwin. I'm a big Benfica fan and trust Darwin will score a couple against Sporting. Yeah, I think I will be back in Darwin as well. I should have backed him the other day when we were talking about it, or did I? I can't remember. No, he started. Did he start on the bench against Milan? I'm losing my mind. I can't remember the last time we were talking about that, Rodrigo. Don't do the don't do the monthly reward calculating normally, but a non-SoRare mate asked me to. So November 0.09 in ETH and 2 rare rewards of Lucabacchio and Gararian. Made roughly wow, fucking well done, Mickey Bass. That's lovely. I'm not actually going to be doing that this month. Like in December, I'll be doing my quarterly like P&L video, and then I'll be doing that in December. I'll probably do another unlimited chat video. I've got a podcast already recorded. I'm probably going to record 2 or 3 more podcasts, and then content-wise, guys, just going to be live streams until the end of the year. I'm going to really chill out in terms of the active weekly content, unless anything from SoRare comes that needs like a big explainer video or whatever. But just want to ride the waves over the game weeks, guys, between now and the new year. It's been a big year. And so thanks for kind of bringing that up, Mikey. You've done great, mate. The Lucabacchio and the Gararian are good cards if you've just banked them both for the club. And if you've sold them, obviously, I'm sure you get good value for them. But they're good guys to win, you know. So I'm really glad to hear that, mate. You've done great. So Jiwa, oh, mate, I hope you're good too, man. I meant to sort that stuff out, mate. I'm so sorry. I'll have a look at that. Yeah. With you, buddy. Well, Milan rest players with the UCL game next week, and such an easy-ish game at the weekend. Do you know, I'm not actually really worried about that, to be honest with you, because I think they've got a strong rotation policy there anyway, and the lack of international football now for the next little while, I think takes the pressure off. AC Milan do need to climb the table, and Pioli cannot be overlooking any fixture, really, to be quite honest. So that's my outlook on it anyway. And I've only really now been really paying attention to Milan full and proper since acquiring Tonali. But I have been watching Pioli and AC Milan because I like a lot of their players for the last like 2 or 3 years, of course, as you probably know. But I feel that that's the kind of temperature of the room, if you like. But as I look at this, I see that Renato Sanchez will probably get the best, and he's not really picked that highly. But I'm going to go with Tonali because he didn't start midweek. Or he did start midweek, but he didn't start the weekend before. And I'm quite confident. So this will give me a good chance, guys, right, to debut this new feature, right? So let's or I'm gonna try and see if it works, right? It's got a wee bit of a delay, right? So I'll just change the screen a little bit. Let's see if it comes up. If it doesn't, I can redo it while we're live, I think, but it's just good to know if it just works itself or not. Yes, it does. It's just like a good 10 seconds behind us. So guys, this is what so when I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, right, Tonali, normally I'm expecting him to play, right? This is how I kind of look at it, right? Now, this could be totally wrong. This isn't the only reason I decided to do this little feature, right? But it's something that's been on my to-do list. I've cracked it. And I need to work out the buffering difference because there's such a huge lag on what I'm talking about and looking at. So as it catches up, you'll see, like, so where do we start from? I think we can start back a little bit, yes, since the under 21s, somewhere like that. Yeah, so kind of early season, or is that European Football Portal? So let's start quite early doors. So I think he got a wee bit of an injury kind of mid-season. So he started the season, Nice, that sounds like Valencia, Real Madrid, Panathinaikos. They all look like friendly. So yeah, Sampdoria and Cagliari. Starts the season, gets some international football, still starting. Rotation in Europe with Liverpool. Starts a bunch. Rotation in Europe, only plays 60. Starts the game and scores against Atalanta. Has some international football. Rotation, resting minutes for Europe and domestic football again, 45 minutes. And then we start to see start, sub, start, international football. And then we get to Fiorentina, start, rest, start. So I'm expecting another start again. Now I'm kind of saying that and just looking at these things, but that's the kind of pattern from bottom to top as I've kind of seen it, and you'll see that as I kind of scroll up and down these fixtures. So I'm expecting him to come in, and that seems to be the way AC Milan are going when you dive into many more of these players and you kind of examine their minutes, as it is like you do get a pattern with some of them now. Some days, like Tio Hernandez here's also picked up an injury at some point and whatever. I don't think the lag is actually that far behind us anymore. It's caught right up. That's lovely. So who else was I looking at when I was thinking about this? It was not Kessie, but like Krunic and Seelemankers and stuff like that as well. You see patterns of them starting and then getting rotated, and when you can see that with a manager and you can get a bit of a pattern of what's going on, then it helps me make those kind of decisions. And So we'll come back to that later. But it's good to know I can just dive into that now. That was our first little kind of test run. Let me know, guys, if the stream did the audio dip at all. Did I drop any frames or anything like that? Please let me know, because I'm still today's just the test of it to see how it works. Philly played really well to dump Nashville out in the end. I didn't see it, but by all accounts, you need to be good to knock out Nashville. Well, Milan, rest players. Oh, sorry, I've caught that. Hit that like button, people. That's right. If you're here, guys, please do smash the like button. So I'll be going double Milan at the back, and then up front, of course, it's got to be Memphis Depay at home to Betis. Should be a great game for him, and all the rest of it. And then I need to pick a super rare to fill in here. That's kind of the logic with these divisions. It's not an exact science, of course. I've probably got a rare that'll outscore whatever super rare I do pick, but yeah, that is what it is. So I think my best opposition stat here is going to be Renato Sanchez. Now, I have actually put Renato. So I've realised this when I started building this team, right? So I'm going to kind of go 2 steps back. I'm going to go 1 step back to go 2 steps forward, or whatever the saying is, right? But when you look at the prize pool this week, guys, this is something I do look for, right? In the super rare division, we do have the possibility to pick up a star super rare. Now, am I going to win it? Who the fuck knows? Probably not, right? But it's available there to be won, and that is a big part of the reason. And the tier 1s on the, it's only tier 1s on the podium, man. Tier 2s all the way back to 13th, and tier 3s for top 33. So I know a lot of people are turning their nose up at this, but when the star is right up there, man, I'm going to have a bash at it. So I'm refraining from selecting Renato Sanchez because I know I want him in that team. And I've picked him in that team without the regional kind of bias, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take that little kind of left field move with some of these appointments in terms of who I'm picking. So I think the next player I come to is either really Nemeka or Illich. Now, I think Illich is definitely going to start, and I think the opposition average of 51 away to Venezia is a very good fixture for somebody like him, and I'm happy to put him in. Now, I think this is going to be very similar to the team that I did make on SoRare. Captain Depay, of course. And I really like this team for the simple fact that it's 2 midfielders that could both get 70 with their super rare add-on top of that. Then what the potential that Depay and Teo and Nubel have got with their fixtures. I actually think this team could break 400 quite comfortably as long as they all start. And once you break 400, you're then just crossing your fingers that you get far enough ahead of it to really make a difference on the leaderboard with your XP, your multipliers, your captain selection, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's the best team to go for. If there's any thoughts on that, please feel free to let me know, guys. But I think that's the team I'm going to go for. I'm just going to double check that is what I did pick before looking at the fixtures and the SoRare data. So let's have a peek. What did we pick? It was this team. Cool, jackpot. So we're getting there. That's a good one. Happy with that. So I think I'll build the D2 next, right? Because I'm just going to be using super rares for that only. So I'm going to be putting, or actually, did I? No, I didn't. So see what I actually did is I did this again without bias. I thought, fuck Slovic, right? So last game of the season, they're relegated. They're playing a team that really need the points and are probably going to go gung-ho. Now, we may make a bunch of saves and get a decent score. I understand that. But I've actually opted to go for my boy here, Kim Sung-gyu. He's been in great form. Everyone's picking him for the SoRare Influencers League, which I'll come to at some point in the stream as well, by the way. I forgot to on Monday. I'm terribly sorry. But we will come to it on the stream tonight. But he's got a great fixture. Everyone's picking him for that. Nobody's picking him in this division. So if he can shoot me a 70 as a rare, or even a 60, I've got 11% on him. So I feel really comfortable with him going into D2. It's a reward card as well, which just makes it all the sweeter. Now, super rares for the rest, right? I'm picking my best super rares I possibly can. Without a shadow of a doubt, my best defender is going to be Koki Machida. I think he's going to get a lot of passes. I think he's going to keep a clean sheet. And if he doesn't get any sort of decisive score, I believe he can get 50 plus easy on AA score alone this game week. So I'm happy with that. U23 boss, but we're going for that star super rare, guys. You don't shoot, you don't score. You know, Renato Sanchez, I think, is the main man in midfield. I can't really remember the full selection here, but I know Renato is a midfielder I picked. I've got a feeling that I'm going to be putting Medina in here. Put Nubel in SoRare data, but I guess your goalkeeper was all black in SoRare. Oh, good catch, Ali. Good catch, Ali boy. Good catch, Ali boy. It's because normally my goalkeepers, I just select them for the division. But this week I've got a choice. I've got extra. Well, I've always got a choice, but Oh, champ, Euro D4. Am I putting all black in D4 then? Is that what that means? Jumping Jesus. So up front, wow, who are we going to pick? Darwin, Hatate, Nemeka, Larson, or Yakimakis? Now, I actually really like that score for Larson. I think he'll play as well. He's coming back into favour, it seems, with the manager. And Larson's the sort of guy that doesn't need to get goals, he can get assists as well. And, oh, brilliant, extra. I've got another opportunity to use my new little feature, right? So, what I want to go and look at is Jordan Larson against this team. Okay, this is something that I'm going to put a bit of importance on, or I normally do. This is when I'm talking about when I'm messing about and I do this on my phone, just on SoRare, and I come to you guys with the streaming we do on SoRare data. This is kind of what I've done already. So, if we go to fixtures, sorry, we got this back on screen. Yes, we do. I'm just going to wait for it to catch up to us. We've got Akhmat Grozny. Akhmat Grozny head to head. So Spartak Moscow won the last game 1-0. Just waiting for this to catch up. I can see that it's maybe it's frozen on Serie A. A screen locked, maybe. Hit the pause button and then unhit it. Oh, maybe it's not working now. So in the last game, they won 1-0. Wait, the app isn't. Aye, I got the mad your app's frozen message. Didn't play the last game. They won 1-0. The last game before that was away, and it was a 2-2 draw. I'm just noticing this screen still isn't coming on. Quincy Promise and Victor Moses. Did Larson play? Yes, he did. Didn't really feature, didn't get any decisive or anything. So the last two home games, it's been a 2-0 win. Ponce scored twice. He's out injured. And the time before that, yeah, the screen's still not catching up, guys. I'm really sorry, my newbie toy. I knew I was good to just mess about with it and work out the bugs. Yeah, so Larson doesn't actually have much of a good record against this team, actually, it must be said. There's been lots of goals in the past. Let's see beyond that. Yeah, this app still hasn't caught up, has it? Yeah, before that was like Charlotte stuff was playing for them, yeah, donkeys ago. I'm going to try and come back to that, okay, guys? Sorry. 2 seconds. Did anyone see the Lazio Udinese game today? Completely nuts. 8 goals and 3 red cards. 98th minute equaliser. What? How did I miss that? 2 seconds. I'm just going to close all these apps. That's a crazy game. I wish I had to contemplate my lineups. I just bang in the same 5 players each week. Oscar, good to see my man. Fist bump. OTD stream, fist bump to you as well. I don't think you've caught one yet. Hope Moses is back for the weekend. Fingers crossed. I'm not too sure on injuries and fitnesses and whatever's. To be quite honest with you, sorry guys, I just need to close all these notifications. We're going to just reboot that software thing. It was weird, right? Because I bought a really special like video capture fucking setup to do this, and I think maybe my phone just doesn't like it. So it doesn't do it. But then I found another way where I can do other stuff, and it just doesn't seem to be as smooth. Right, let's see if we can bring it back up. Is it going to come back up on screen for us? Bum 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 bum. I'll see if it catches up. So up front, I think I'm really tempted. I was really tempted to play Larson up here, but I'm not as sure anymore. But I think Rio Hatate is probably going to start. He's been in good form. I could throw Rio in here. Yeah, I don't think that's working. That yeah, it's crashed on us. I'll need to figure that out. If you want goals, you got to watch the Indian Super League being 6-4 and 5-1 so far. Wow, is that on Free Sports? I take it, Mikey. Hey, my fist bump. Good to see my man. So yeah, I think I might just go Rio because he's safe. He'll definitely play. I think. If I'm saying I think right after, I'm trying to justify putting Larson in here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going Larson because legend of the club. Yeah, Larson's the man. And then in midfield, I think I'm going Funky Cold Medina because he's definitely going to play. And without a Castellanos, there's going to be more onus on him for decisives, and he was really close to some decisives in the last round. And then I'm going to go Renato Sanchez as captain. Larson's the only squeaky bum cheek, but I think he starts, and at home to a team like that, we've got such a good, yeah. One football app. Oh, lovely. Have they got that license? Good to know. They've got a good little collection of licenses, don't they? Right, so that's a super rare team, right? What super rare team did I actually pick? That is the team I picked. Yeah, I kind of know my guys. I think at this point, there's probably an argument for some other guys over Medina, but in that game, just with the suspension of Castellanos and the dynamics around, it's New York. I've never got to the Eastern Conference final. It's a historic game. He's one of the DPs. He has to stand up and play, and really put on a good performance. So I'm backing him to do that because I think New York beat Philly, and I'm hoping they do it in 90 minutes, of course. So I think the next team we're going to pick is under 23s, and let's have a look at the prize pool for the pros, of course. So U23 Pro, we're getting 47 places paid out for 428 entrants. So it's actually quite a low head count. We bit higher on last week, if memory serves me right. I think it was like 300-ish, give or take. Star Rares for top 10, which is cool. And yeah, it's the same as Champ Hero, really, isn't it? Okay, so let's have a peek. Who have we got for U23s? Global U23 Rare Pro. In goals, we've got a couple of choices, haven't we? It's still filtered on super rare, sorry. We've got a couple of choices. So we've got Tani, who I do not believe is going to feature because he's on loan from Gamba Saka, as you might know. Schubert, I think he's got a great fixture. Van de Voort has got a dicey fixture, probably not a good one. Finlay will have the better chances, but it'll go to extra time. Do you think so? I don't know. I think, yeah, I suppose. But I think, I don't know. It's going to be a tough game. Like Philly, like I've kind of wrote them off all season as, losing Aronson and McKenzie. They've definitely lost that little bit of stardust throughout the most part of the season. But the last half, they've just been chugging along consistently all year. Paxson's getting minutes and showing some magic. As long as there are guys as well from last season are starting to come good again where it matters the most. So it's definitely a dangerous fixture, but I just back NYC and I am biased. Schubert looks easily the best goalkeeping choice for me in U23, so that's a no-brainer really. Opposition average score, we're going to look at the defence. Wow, Koki Machida. Chris Richards, but I'm not sure how likely he is to play because I don't think he's been starting recently. Same with Taylor Harwood-Bellis. And Ominami, excuse me. Who is actually my best U23 defender? I think it's Machida, by the way. I know I've not picked Machida in this team, but that's easy points, I think, isn't it? I really do think that's easy points, so I'm going to play him. In midfield, again, Wirtz has got the best fixture of the game week, and again, I think that's easy points. And then up front, again, I need to be picking super rares now, so I'm going to go with Darwin. So I back him to score in the derby, big game, big player. And then my last super rare, been great seeing Julian Laurent getting his SoRare. His purchases are interesting. Oh, what's his account? I'm a big fan of Julian Laurent. I listen to his podcast and everything. Hear him on Talksport all the time, and I was really excited to see that. Flack's been a good signing. Yeah, Flack's, to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of Flack early season, and I was really kind of scoping a super rare for him for ages. I ended up buying Acevedo. But yeah, he did really well this season, and I expect him to do better next year. So the last super rare, who can we pick? The Mecha definitely will play. Let's look at opposition average. Hitate. The Mecha. Are my two real choices here, aren't they? Because I don't think any of these other guys really stake a claim ahead of them. So let's see, can I get this back to work? Let's see if we can. Yes, I think we can. Yes, we can, baby boy. Right, okay, who was I about to look at there? The Mecha, right, so. Let me just see, I know I've got you over there, but let's just see if you catch up to me. So I know you've got my screen back. I'm diving away doing stuff. I just want to see what the buffering's like. See if it's playing ball with us. Maybe I'm going too fast. I'll slow down, right? I'm just going to leave it on that page. and we'll wait and see for it to return right. I think I'm going to loosely select. Oh Jesus! I just want this little screen to work, man. Mirroring started, yeah, good man. So let's do it. Yeah, I'll come back to it. I'll move away from the screen and go back to it in a minute. It's just Julian Laurens, it's just his name. Magic, I'll have a wee look at that. Right, okay, let's try it again. Work! 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 Come on! Appear! Come on, screen. Come on, screen. I know you can do it. This is such a letdown, man. Right, okay, I'm going to check it out anyway. I'm going to try and pull it. Let's try it again. Go try and catch it out just by a wee quick swap around there, see if the screen got taken aback, a surprise. Okay, so I'm going to check it out for myself, right? So if the screen does catches, it does catches. It says mirroring started. Yada yada yada. Right, so what was I looking at? Nemeka, right? So what I look at with Nemeka is Mainz' form. So Mainz have conceded 14 goals in the season. They're currently 13th. Pardon me, they're currently 9th, having played 13, I beg your pardon. And Wolfsburg at the moment are 7th, having scored only 15 in the last 15 matches. So at home, Mainz are also 9th in the league and have conceded only 5 goals at home with 7 games. Wolfsburg are the top 5 for away performers, which is a good sign. And, okay. That's good to see. 3 points for Wolfsburg could catapult them into the top 4 if results went their way. And when Mainz actually have a big win for them, it could get them into the European spots as well. So Mainz have not been doing too shabby. Wolfsburg have been in a kind of transition. It's just more that I know Nemeka will play and he's likely to be involved in anything good that they do. Rio Hatate, it's just, as I say, that last game is just going to be such a, you know, first v second. I think they're just going to go for a straight square go. To be honest with you, they're just going to go for it. I'm going to check out Hatate's playing schedule because I've not actually examined it too much since I reacquired him, which is a bit negligent of me, to be quite honest with you. I was just more happy to get him for sentiment more than anything, but yeah, he's been starting every game, hasn't he, recently? Yeah, scoring goals, getting involved, big wins. So this season, how many points have Kawasaki got? 91. Last season, when they won the league, they had 83. So I think they're maybe looking for some sort of record. I think I said that somewhere without really knowing, but I don't think. I'm scrolling back through history here. No one scored this many points ever. So I think this could be a real crescendo for them. It's a big, yeah, it could be a really good match. And somebody like Hatate could score big in it with lots of attacking actions. And the goals they concede won't harm him. I think I'm going to go Hatate. I'm just going to go for the guy that's in the fist fight, really. And then we're going to captain Wirtz. I think that's the team we go for, and I actually really like it. And it actually gives me a bit more confidence to maybe swing back to Nemeka into the All-Star Super if I get any cold feet on Larson. So we'll see. That gives me something to think about. So under 23s, what team did I pick? I had Guardiola in defence and Nemeka up front. Now I knew I had Nemeka up front when I was doing that last Super selection, but I'm just going to go out unbiased and pick the best guy there. And I've done the same with Machida as well. So Guardiola, I'm sorry, pal, you're not going to make the cut for this team, but Machida is. And the Machida I've got is the 1 of 100. I'm the original owner of it. It's a special card to me. Schubert I paid buttons for. All of these guys are special, but I'm actually quite happy with. I don't mind dropping a Guardiola who I'm really attached to now as a new signing. Rio Hatate was even selected in any team beforehand, so the stats have definitely swayed me on him and got me over the line with him. So I'm actually, guys, so far we've knocked out 3 teams, and I think I've got such great strength and variety. I hope I'm getting the combinations right, and unfortunately we're not going to know that until the ball is kicked. You know, the whistle is blown. And she has sang all she will sung, you know. Now in goals, I've got some great options, right? I've got Oblak, I've got Lanzillotta, I've got Trapp, I've got Johnson. Now, I need to keep I've got some other guys down here as well, but they're only going to make regionals. So Van der Vert's only going to go at U23s. Fixture's not that great. And Benjamin Van Leer, I think, might start away to AZ, and there's only really any point in playing him in Challenger. So I'm not even going to entertain them for this spot. Slovic, I'm probably just going to throw into a D3 Asia or Asia Pro, and we'll see what happens. So Sean Johnson, away to Philly, I think he could actually do quite well score-wise, but I don't think he's going to keep a clean sheet. I think my best hopes of a clean sheet is Oblak and Lanzillotta. And I think I'd actually quite fancy to have Lanzillotta in this game here, right? So they're away to Aldosivi. Okay, now I'm pretty sure when I bought Lanzillotta, when I looked at the fixtures, let's try and pull this feature back up again, okay? Let's give it another shot. Oh, we're still on that page. It's not came back up, has it? I think it's maybe when I screen lock my phone, that's maybe what jiggers it. I'm going to like turn it off and turn it back on again. Mirroring, let's hit stop on it. Stop. There we go. Right, I'm going to reset it. Sorry guys, please be patient with me. Oh, you're just on the one-on-one screen with me, sorry. I'll go back to the normal play page because we're at the All-Star Pro. So the goalkeeper, I want to investigate Lanzillotta. So let's wait for this app to catch up. Sorry, my phone's actually a wee bit warm. I don't know if this is maybe a wee bit too much work for... Guys, I don't know what it is with me and equipment, by the way. I like nice things. I buy nice things. But I understand I'm doing a lot, but at the same time, it is frustrating. Like, come on, you. I'm just going to close it again. I'll give it a wee second and I'll go back to it, right? So, in goals, I'm thinking Lanzillotta. I'm going to go away and double investigate that, okay? But I think it's a safe assumption he's going to be a contender, and I can easily swap around in a moment anyway. And defence, opposition average. Oh, wow, Yemaine is actually... Oh, I suppose Yemaine's playing a really good team. We wouldn't normally get a clean sheet against. Will he be attacking as much? It's really hard to say, actually. Maybe Yemaine is much more risky. I think Yemaine made this team in the first draft, which is why I'm talking like this, but I think... wow. I'm actually really tempted to play Jack Hendry here. At home to this Sarang team, average opposition stat is 55. Being at home, dominating on a team that they are, this could be a great game for Jack Hendry. And I'm not shy in picking somebody like him. And I'm not going to be. So I think Jack Hendry's the man that comes in. Guys in the audience that are Bruges aficionados, let me know if that's a boo-boo, if that's some sort of bad error I've made. In midfield, opposition stats, let's have a look at them. Yoonbik Garam, last game of the season, God knows if he plays. For Sharon, Suleiman, wow, all these guys get good fixtures, it would seem. Brendan Anderson's got a good game. Saka's got a good game now. Saka is actually a forward. And I want to check that out actually with Nagoya Grampus. What's actually at stake in that game and what the form is like. So I've got a lot of good options at rare level as well. But am I going to be taking Saka on? As so let's try the screen mirror. There we go. Boom. I think we're in. Start. And yep, that's the same address. And we're just going to sit here. Let's see if we can get the screen back open. Oh yeah, I seen the box. Please come on, box, open up. I seen you. I seen you. Mirroring's pause. Okay, let's see if it comes back up. Oh, it's annoying. Right, okay. So I need to investigate Saka, Nagoya Grampus, see what that looks like. Brais Mendes is a good shout because it's a good game. It's a big competitive match, but Brais Mendes, unfortunately, it does like a booking. And if he doesn't get decisive in a game like that, picks up a booking, doesn't get the clean sheet, you know, then he could bring in like 32 basically quite easily with a few of those things in a game like that. And those circumstances in a game like that against Valencia are very feasible. Fucking brilliant. Here we go. App open, please. I'm going to go really slow this time and see if it catches up with us. Come on, man. Don't do me like that, homie. Right, I'll come back to it in a minute. Ooh. Come on. Yeah. Are we in? I think we might be in. Right, sorted. I just want to see a little bit of movement. Come on. Just give me a little bit of movement. I know there's probably a wee delay. Only thing with Hendry is has been rested games pre-UCL. Okay, I'm pretty sure Bruges are dead in the water UCL wise. I'm not really. Urawa have nothing to play for, but Nagoya can still potentially make a Champions League spot. Oh, I've seen some movement there on the old app. Right, okay, so maybe it's just a bit of a delay. Okay, I'm not going to investigate Japan. Thank you very much, Rascal. So Urawa don't really have anything to play for. Nagoya do, which takes a bit of pressure off Saka, but maybe that opens them up because they are normally quite a tight team, Nagoya. So I'm going to let the form help me out with this. I hope the screen, yes, the screen is catching up with us, I think. So I'm going to highlight them on the app by, oh, come on, please, 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 please. And Urawa have got a cup final after this game. 8 days later. I don't think they would really rest players for the sake of 8 days. Yes, we've got a bit of a lag, but we're there. Okay, cool. So when I look at the standings in the head-to-head, I can see both the teams highlighted really clearly. So I look at form over the last 5. Nagoya have conceded 6 in the last 5, scored 9, as you can see there, highlighted in yellow. And Urawa have, they're very similar. There's only a point of difference in between them, nothing major. Over the last 10, again, they're neck and neck. There's not really much between them. You're splitting hairs. And over the season, yeah, they've been neck and neck. They're just, Urawa just a wee bit cut adrift. I think Kashiwa have got such a good fixture. I don't think Nagoya can really expect much, but they have to go for it, I suppose. And then the cup final with Urawa, who's it they actually have in the Emperor's Cup again? It's Chizuru Osaka. So that could be a good game for them. I'm not going to lock my screen this time, and hopefully we can return to that. So yeah, Saka, pressure off him. So best midfielder, who do I think is going to come in here? None of these guys with the good fixtures are really grabbing me, to be honest with you. Maybe Brendan Aronson. But again, they do have Europe around the corner, so his minutes may be managed. McKennie's got a good fixture, I suppose. Anything could happen there. I'm not going to risk that. I think Brais Mendes is probably my best shout with a super rare mid into this team. And Max Arnold's not got a great game. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to be picking Brais as my super rare mid because I don't see any rare mids that I would definitely put ahead of him for this team. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Up front, ooh, we've got Sané. Who's got the bit? So Sané's got a tough game, and again, Sané is, who knows? I've been expecting Sané to get rested for ages, but I think at this point I do just lean into it and go, he's going to play every game, you know. So Ueda's got a great fixture, of course. I maybe play Ueda in this team. I've got Nemeka still. I maybe play Nemeka in this team. Who would be my best striker? I think it would have to be Sané, eh? He's in such good form in general. He's loving life. And then my extra. Who's my best SR I've got? Lionless. I think it is Nemeka. Yeah, it really has to be Nemeka, doesn't it? I think there's a pretty good chance Key starts on the bench in the final game. They're safe and he's earned a rest, so I think they'll probably just come on as a sub, yeah. And they like to give guys like debuts and stuff like that. You know, at the back end of seasons, Kaylee did that before. And I think that'd be Captain Sané. Now, the only risk I've got with this team is Brais Mendes, I think. Is it a super rare defender I could play? I suppose I could play Maffeo. Would I rather play Maffeo over Mendes? I don't think I would. I wouldn't rather play Maffeo over Nemeka either. So, okay. I think that's the team. Lanzillotta. Oh, yeah. Let's check out Lanzillotta. Can we get this cam back up? Please work. Please. Yes, please work. Please work. Right, Argentina. Oh, I think it's... I always just like to see that catching up with me and doing what I'm doing. At least somewhat. Argentina main. And then we're looking for Argentinos Junior. I'm going to slow down a wee second to see if it catches up. Fixtures. Aldo Vice. Head to head. Aldovisi have actually got a decent home record, but against like better teams they lose. Oh no, they've not got a good home record. Last 5 is misleading. Yeah, Argentinos Juniors normally go there and wipe the floor with them. Argentinos Juniors away, but have been rotten recently. And Argentinos definitely need the points. I seen, yeah, was it the kind of mini league thing? Yeah, so that'd be mini league thing. There's not many games left. They're 2 points off harassing, and they're playing the team that's bottom. They've conceded 21 goals in 13 matches, scored 15 and 13. If the screen hasn't caught up, which it has not, unfortunately. It's a pain in the bum, man. Is it going to catch up again? It's annoying, man. So I'm happy with Lanzillotta is the moral of the story. Away to bottom of the... Yeah, they should do well. Okay, so who did I pick in All-Star Rare Pro? I'm pretty sure your main was in it. Oh, wow. And Kyogo. Oh, Jesus. I think I always miss Kyogo here. Oh, I think I play Kyogo over Sani. Do I? Oh, do I? That's actually a really... Do I play Kyogo over Sani? If Jota's injured, there's a wee bit more onus on Kyogo. Opposition average stat away. Dundee United is 45. Dundee United in like really good form. Let's see if we can pull this. Yes, oh, still on Urawa Reds. If it's frozen, man. Maybe I just need to keep it up there, guys. Maybe that's what I need to do. That's annoying. So I want to check out what Dundee United are looking like. Oh wow, yeah, 4th in the table. Really tight. And it's away, so Dundee will be cold. It will be cold. But is it? Oh, when is it? Is it like a 3 o'clock game or something? That's important. Dundee United fixtures, Celtic. 12 o'clock on the 5th. So it'll be nice and fresh. The 5th is Sunday. Kyogo or San? I think I go Kyogo because Dortmund's like... It's just a tougher game, isn't it? I think with Jota, I think Kyogo's going to get his minutes managed. Decisions. So what I'm thinking is, am I trying to be selfish to keep Sané for Champ Euro Rare? Or should I try and keep Kyogo for Challenger Europe? Because he'll be a massive, could be a massive leveler in that region. I think I'm keeping Sané here. Sané's my big baddie. I think I keep him in here. And yeah, captain. Sané's the man. I'm going to be very interested to see what my Champion Euro Rare looks like without Sané up front. It's a very similar team otherwise. Let's drop your main for Hendry. And then Blaze is going to get dropped for Nemeka. Sort of. I actually really like the look of that team with Kyogo in it. Oh shit. Oh, have I picked Medina? Oh, I picked Medina. I really like the look of that team with Kyogo in it, you know. I'm gonna get rid of that screen, it's just annoying me. Really like the look of that team with Kyogo in it. I think that team works better with Kyogo in it for me. So I think that Sané is so valuable to have. And I think Kyogo and Sané have got equal point scoring potential. If anything, Kyogo's got a slightly easier fixture because it's Celtic away at Dundee United. Yeah, Dundee United are get that average score against them, but they don't play Celtic on average as well. So I'm going to take that into consideration, and that's what's going to make the decision there. So let's see what we've got so far. So an All-Star Rare Pro, this is the team we've just made that we're lining up with, and it's a nice eclectic team. You know, I've got 2 Super Rares from Champion Europe, I've got then 2 Rares from Challenger Europe, and then a goalkeeper from Champion America. All-Star Super Rare, I'm going with a Rare Asia goalkeeper, Asian Super Rare Defender U23 also, U23 Champion Euro midfielder, Challenger Euro forward, Champion America midfielder. So that really is... that is all the regions, isn't it? Between the Super Rares, Asia, Champ, Challenger, Americas. And I've got some U23s in here. That's lovely. I love that team. I hope it fucking smashes it now. Champ Euro Rare Pro, AC Milan boys, Depay and an Illich. I explained all that well enough at the time. And Nubel. I'm happy enough with that. And then the U23 Rare Pro, Machida's come in here and so is Hitate. And I'm hoping that really pays off. Because they weren't the ones I picked in the first time around. I'm relying on the data there to kind of help me out. So, yeah. Let's see what you guys are giving it. Does anyone know the main CB partnership at Club Brugge? I think it's a mixture of like, depends sometimes. I think they go back between back 3 and back 4, I think. Am I right in saying that? But Jack Hendry's definitely played in their strongest teams, I think, you know. Champions Leagues, etc. Yeah, what's Bruges' status Champions League wise? I think I'm missing that. We were talking about it earlier. But I don't see them resting Jack Hendry at this stage. So Champion Euro Rare is the first rare division we're going to pick because it's the highest value, and then these pieces have to go here. So I think, wow, we're going to be putting Oblak in here, which is incredible. At the back, we've got Robbo, Angelino. I think Angelino is who I picked on SoRare itself when I was messing about. But Robbo had such a good game midweek. Away to Wolves. It's a good fixture as well. I'm actually tempted to stick Robbo in here because he could just bang. Angelino could as well. But again, he's a fullback. Could be just ditching Hunters of Possession. So is Robbo. I think where are Wolves? There's Robbo. You know, Robbo's just back from injury, and I know the thing I love about Robbo normally is he starts every game, but with him just being back from injury and Simikas proving that he can be a good squad player for them, does that kind of angle with Robbo maybe lessen over this season where he's not as ever present? Where are Wolves? Oh, they're 8th. Wow, they're not scoring. Not conceded in the last couple, which is fair enough, but they're just not scoring goals, are they? And then Liverpool played yesterday, wins this game. It's a 3-day turnaround. Yeah, it's getting right into that schedule, isn't it? And then they've got AC Milan in the group stage midweek. Yeah, Robbo's probably a bit dicey for this. Liverpool are home and host. AC Milan. Oh, wow, yeah, AC Milan are really under the cosh. I don't think they would be resting players too much. I think they want to go into that game. They're at home, they don't need to travel. I think they want to get guys minutes. Who was the other one? It was Bruges, wasn't it? Well, I check out Leipzig, but actually, because I might be thinking... I was listening to Jesse Marsh's pre-match press conference, and I think that they're wary of Berlin on the counter-attack, so I'm not too sure. Now, Berlin have got their own game against Slavia Prague next week as well, and wow, that's a do or die for them to qualify, so maybe they take their eye off the ball a little bit. Leipzig coming up, they've got Man City at home, and oh yeah, Bruges are going to be going out to PSG, you would think. And Leipzig just have to outdo Bruges really, so I think tough game for both, but I think Berlin maybe a wee bit more ill-equipped. I think Robbo could get rotated, maybe, or did they rotate for Champions League? I don't know. I think Klopp's talked about like winning money for Champions League, how it's important to the club. So I think I'm going to go Angelino, right? I think he definitely starts, and I think that's a big part of the criteria here. In midfield, Max Arnold. Midfielders don't do well against Mainz. That's interesting. SoRare, Sulemana, Kamada. Maybe Kamada gets into this team. Right, okay. I think I'll go Kamada because they could score against Hoffenheim. What have Frankfurt got actually? I'd say he plays Robbo at the weekend, Simikas midweek. You think so? Robertson will start. You're sure? Okay. Right, okay, Rishi. Thanks for the heads up, buddy. Let's get Robbo in here. Invest him for Europe. If you think Klopp's about that, then cool. It's good to know from you guys. I'm always happy to pass comment or stuff I know about, and if I don't know about it, I'm definitely going to put my hands up. So that's why I want to check Frankfurt. Right, so Frankfurt, Hoffenheim, big game. Hoffenheim don't have European football this season. Frankfurt do, and they're not doing that great in the league, it must be said. No, saying that, their form's actually quite good. They just started the season really poorly, so maybe they're just getting into their stride. So they're away to Fenerbahce, and they have qualified. Nothing can stop them. It's just about finishing top or not. Fenerbahce kind of need the points to make sure. I think Antwerp don't pull off a miracle. They need some massive swinging goal difference as well. And it's away, so I don't know. I think Kamada plays a lot of Europa League, so I'm actually a wee bit dicey on Kamada. I think SoRare definitely plays. I think Max Arnold definitely plays. They're both very high picked cards in this division, but I don't suppose they'll be picked in tandem with one another. But half the Max Arnolds, so 6 of the 12 go in here. And 160 Carlos Solairs, and 42% of them go into this division. That's a lot of Solairs. Has to be the most populated division for both of those two in terms of where they're put. Do I think their scores? I don't think anyone's going to have the kind of combos that I've got here. So I think they're all away from home as well, which makes it tougher because I like midfielders at home ideally. But let's go Arnold, right? Let's go Arnold. Up front, Sané then. I think that becomes really easy. Who would I not? I'd have Weah. I think Weah could play. Sané looks much better. It's much more formidable, this team, isn't it? With him in it. And then my extra. Let's get the best fixture. Work from there. Sulemana? And then it's Kamada again's coming up. Who's looking at me? Kamada. I'm tempted to go SoRare just because I kind of know that's a game he could do well in. Where Angelino, I could even just pick Angelino again. Who am I thinking about? SoRare or Angelino? How many Angelino cards are there? 8. 4 of them are in here. That's not too much of a thing, mate. Double defense. Again, they're away to Berlin. Will they keep a clean sheet? How many goals have Berlin been scoring this season? 20 out of 13 matches. Let's check the form. Union Berlin, last 5. Oh, they're 14th in the division. Leipzig are probably below them right enough. So not too far. 10th. Wee bit ahead of them. So I'm thinking maybe Angelino fills in. Maybe we'd go double defence, but I think I actually pick. I think I pick SoRare and just go with a. That's a pretty boss team, isn't it? Like, that's a good rare team for me. Like, I can definitely be confident putting that out there. Champion Euro. Oh wow! I captained Robbo, but must have been the night he picked. Must have been the night he bashed in that 80. I thought off his fit. Play him. I think I'm gonna, yeah, because I think I must have looked at that and thought Liverpool got a good chance at a clean sheet because Wolves have been so crap. So yeah, I'm gonna double check that. I'm gonna leave Captain Robbo. Yeah, Captain Robbo stays. I like that. That's a really strong rare team, man. Wish me luck, guys. Under 23s will be next up. Rare. Nice. Thanks a lot, guys, for the Robbo love. Now he's fit, I think it's going to be Hendry and Michele. However, they do rotate 2 out of 3 with Insocki too. Yeah. Mikey Bastons gets finger on the pulse. Van der Voort's going to be the goalkeeper. Picks itself. In defence, we've still got Guardiola here. Guardiola's easily the best shout, I think. Ominami's got a good fixture on paper, but I have to pick Guardiola on this team, I think. In midfield, who's got the best game? For Sharon, Sulemana, Brendan Aronson. I've got no qualms playing any of those guys. Sulemana, I think, plays. For Sharon, I'm not as sure about. And Aronson's going to get his... So I think Sulemana comes in here easy. Up front. Jota seems to be out. I think Ueda's my man. Ueda or Wea? I'm going Ueda. Fuck Slavic. I know how rubbish she's been for me. Rio Hatate. For Sharon again, I'm looking at. Pardon me. Aronson. I think I'm going for Sharon. I've got a soft spot for him, and that fixture rating is fucking great. Captain. Ooh, Ueda. I really like the look of that team as well. Really competitive scorers, all of them. So Jota, we've realised is injured, so he's going to get ditched. Brendan's been dropped, I guess, for Sulemana. In defence, we've got Guardiola. The forward is Ueda. Ueda. And then who was my fifth man? Yari V. Who's it between Yari V or Cormac De La Fuente? Starting to get some minutes. I need to keep my eye on him because I think he's a really talented player. Where's just Days and Maeda could have a great game. So could Tati, but again, I don't really need to get. I think for Sharon, the only thing with him is if he starts, I think it's a home run of a selection. Yeah, I'm going with the stats on that. Big multiplier as well. And Captain Ueda. Love it. Excellent. Cool. Now I'm going to go back and do a Challenger Euro rare. I don't think I've got super rares to pull off a rare pro. And we'll have Benjamin Van Leer. I think he's going to go in goals, so we'll pick him. At the back, I'm happy to pick Yedlin. I kind of already looked into it, and I think he's the only other defender there that I could play quite happily. In midfield, I've got Cham, decent fixture for him. Palaversa's solid, and Brendan, I see we're worried about that minute count, but I think I can play Brendan in this fixture quite comfortably. Larson, easy, I think. Ugbo. I was tempted to play Ugbo. What do you think? He's played the last couple. There's a few injuries in that team. Aika Ugbo, is he good for a start? What do you think? I think he is. I think I've picked him, so I think he is. But let me know what you guys think as well. Palaversa or Encham? I think a lot of these guys get picked in this region as well. I think I'm going to go Encham. I think he's more decisive, capable. And I'm going to captain Yedlin. I think, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm going to captain... Oh, probably captain Bubba. Captain Bubba. So I think I'm dropping Larson in this team. Just because I'm going super rare with him. I don't want him to mess too up. Confident Ugbo starts. Who did I pick at the back? It was Yedlin, wasn't it? Yedlin. And then my fifth man was Brendan. And my captain was... I think it was Yedlin, wasn't it? I'm going to go captain and Cham. I just don't like saying those words. Just because of how he acted at Celtic. But I'm going captain and Cham. Sorted. So I'm then going to roll into Asia now. I've got a super rare only goalkeeper. So we're going to go rare pro in Asia this game week. All scarcities. So Slovaks and goals. I expect he's going to get battered. In defence, oh wow, I've still got your main. Rando Minami. Let me check. Actually, I need to check. rare for Global All-Star. Who my defender would be if I dropped. Yeah, I've still got Angelino. Yeah, okay, I'm going to play your main over here then. So Champion Asia, Rare Pro. We're getting Slovak in the net. We're getting the false super rare in defense. In midfield, I need to pick one of the super rares, don't I? Key or Saka? I'm going to pick Saka, I think. Or do I want to pick Key? Saka reckons Key's getting benched for the last game of the season, but I'm going to pick a Saka. And then up front, just pick both the Yokohama boys, Maeda and Junior. Oh no, but they're playing him. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Saka, who cares, Saka, yeah. Who cares? Go for it. No guts, no glory on that one. I picked Key. First time on this one. I picked Key and I captained Maeda. I'm going to back Key to play. I'm backing my boy. I'm doing it. If I backed him in that, I'm backing him now. That's what I'm going for. Cool. And then I think the last team we'll be doing lineup builder with is going to be my rare pro, or just my ETH basher. Now I've got actually a goalkeeper to leave out this game week, so it's either going to be Johnson or Trapp. And I think my heart is really torn on this because I fancy Johnson could get a good score, but it's a tough one. And Trapp, again, I know that's going to be an active game. We'll be involved a lot. I'm going to pick Trapp, I think. Oh, did I pick Sean Johnson? It's a real tough one. I'm picking Sean Johnson. Conference Cup, conference final, got to back. And then in defence, I really kind of have to play Angelino. I feel he's just the or denier. I'm picking Angelino, but he's my new shiny card. These guys used to play together, by the way. Angelino, Sean Johnson, for those of you home I don't know. Can I maybe pick an NYC team? I could pick Sands, but I'm not going to. I think I might play Kamada in a team like this. Yeah. So I think Kamada gets minutes in a match like this because Frankfurt do need to start climbing the table. You know, European football is all but, I think, it's pretty much sealed from what we were talking about earlier. It's aside from maybe finishing second, not much of a concern really, but and I think I want to pick Weah to play as my forward here. To be honest with you, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick Weah. And then my last player, the best matchup we've not played yet. Yunbit Garam, Rio Itate, Jordan Larson. My wee scroller isn't working for some reason. There we go. Right, so Jota's probably injured. Musa, nah. Denier, I think Denier's probably a great shout. Denier. Or anyone else? Yeah, I think I'm going to go pick Denier. Unless someone else really jumps out at me. Palaversa could be good. But I don't play Denier enough. Wow, half of Denier's cards going into this division. And who was the other one again? Palaversa? I was thinking about. Jesus, man. But half his cards come in here as well. That's crazy. Does anyone get a mad crazy low percentage that I've still got? That's viable? Wow, so many of these cards go into this division, That's mad. Never really paid attention to it for Rare Pro before, just for Rare, sorry, before. Tyler Adams. I think I might even play Tyler. Yeah, that's the team I'm going to pick. And then captain. I'm going to go captain Sean Johnson. Let's do it. This is the game week it happens. Captain Sean John. So we went for Johnson. We went for... Oh, wow. I picked almost the exact same team. I had Denier. Who did I pick over him? Adams? I'm picking Adams. Buzzing. Really happy with that. Now, I was going to be leaving lineup builder, guys. So, just going to be finishing the stream up now, guys. So, I've noticed I've went on a wee bit longer than the recent kind of average. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves tonight. I mean, Ben Said, you're late again. Fist bump for you, my man. We've just got the limited teams to pick. I'm not actually too sure what I've actually got that I can actually play. I think I've got like 1 or 2 teams we can throw out. I'm not too sure what the deal is with Bravo. He DNP'd in the last game. I can't remember if he's injured or whatever. But I'll be playing him in my champion team, or my global team, and just see if he plays or not. But these teams generally pick themselves. I don't put much thought into them. I just pick the guys I like the look of, if we've got a decent fixture or whatever. Try and get that if I can. But I'm definitely picking David Silva at home at Real Madrid. He should definitely play in that. Dzeko at Roma should be a big fixture for him. And then I think I ended up picking a full Man City outfield. Who was the other one? I think it was Negredo. Have I seen Negredo? Where is he? Oh, Negredo, yeah. Negredo away to Elche. And then we go Captain Dzeko. Really like this team. Man City faithful again. Let's hope they go and knock it out for us. Challenger, U23. Let's go U23 next. Safanov. I'm going to go Christensen in the backs. He's getting a nice big juicy multiplier. Same as Zacharian. He always goes in and captains this lineup. El Toro, if that's what we're calling him. Lautaro is hitting form again, thankfully, so we can put him in. And then for the last spot, I'm actually quite who did we put in the last spot? Duvikis? No, PSV's a tough game. Sucic could boss it. Maeda. I think I'll play a Maeda, why don't I? Let's play a Maeda in here. And then we captain Arson. Now, I don't see Maximenko coming back in. He was my challenger keeper. So I need a new challenger keeper. And I say Bravo, I'm going to put him in global. I might need a new one. I've got Fagner to debut, so I'm going to play Fagner. Really happy we won him. We've also got Manquillo. I might actually go and buy, see with the money I've got, guys, if I can go buy a keeper I like limited, I might just go and do that. And it's Sobolev. I think it's going to be a starting striker here because I know he will, amongst the forwards at Spartak, I know he will play. And my best last hour player, I'd be tempted to pick Promise or Larson. I think I might pick Promise because I've got Larson super rare in a big team. There we go. And then I think I would captain Sobolev. That's how we scoop at the market, guys. Okay, so I'm going to look at manager sales. Eric will probably not start against Betis. Have I got any other defenders? Let me go. I'll check that out in a second. Why do you not think that, Rodrigo? So let's go favourites. Goalkeeper. Limited. Upcoming game week. Team has a game. And that's it. Newly listed. Let's just see who kind of comes up. So I've got Lanzi Lola. Could just go get another one of him. Daniel Fuzzato. Sehic. So I've got a small budget. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford any of these guys. Guilherme. Rakovic. I don't know how much he goes for. So I don't think that's going to be the cheapest one, is it? Christopher, would you see one that was cheaper than that? 0.077? Okay, I'll leave it off it. So Rakovic, that's definitely one to think about, but I see it's quite affordable for a would you make it? Unlimited keeper. See if I need to set those settings again. That's the only thing that annoys. Yes, I don't. The phone. I'll take big end. There isn't too far off. Sean Johnson, I could afford him, but it'd be a very Sergio Herrera. I wonder if I can afford one of him. I actually really like Sergio Herrera. Oh, for God's sake. Just out of budget. I wonder if there's anyone else. Please don't reset all those settings. Thank God. I don't think we're going to get a goalkeeper into this budget that's not like American or Asian. Quite close with who was it Rakovic or was one of them? I'd maybe taken our SoRare, I suppose. Yeah, for the tiny wee budget I've got lying about, I don't think I'm going to be able to... Oh, there's Langerack. I could maybe just pick him up. Put him in the back burner for next year. There we go. There's somebody I'll be able to afford. Ooh. Right, nobody outbid me. Gonna? Nobody out. 303 is what it's going to take us to. What's the cheapest to now? 36. I'm just going to buy this off this guy. Congratulations. You sold your Silvio Long. I bet you never thought that was going to happen tonight. But I'm going to play Silvio Long straight away. I hope he comes straight into selection. We don't need to process any paperwork, wait for any faxes to come through. No, we don't. Instant sell, and he's straight into the fucking... Yes. Brilliant. Silvio Long Jr., welcome to the club. FC Barcelona welcomes you with open arms. Oh, guys, the SoRare Influencers League is the only thing we've not done yet. Jesus. Just look for Sehic. I like Sehic. He's on my list there, Kadir. Don't know if you've seen that. That's why you said that. So well spotted if you did. SoRare brag. So guys, I wonder if I can... The deadline was earlier today. Let's see what we can see. Let's see the team that you guys have voted for. There we go. So... I'm top and I'm champion, it says. There we go. Does it show me the team composition? Loading. So this is the team you guys have picked for me. Did I get to pick captain or something? Nice team, but your main but guys, like at home to Yokohama is a dicey game. Tio I can get behind. Wait, guys, we can't pick Jonas Hector. Did you pick Jonas Hector? He's injured. Are you joking me? Guys, come on, man. Can I drop him? It says validate. I don't know if I want to validate it. Can I drop him? How do I do this? And Jot is injured as well. Oh, guys. How do I change these people? I drag him away or something? I think if I hit validate, we're in. And I think the fact that I've not hit validate means that we've got a chance that we can edit this somehow. I don't know what to do, guys. We're going to go into it getting screwed if I can't change this team, because Jota and Hector are not going to play. So I'm pretty sure part of it was like if I select the same team, but like how do I select anyone? Don't forget to pick a captain. Yeah, I know I pick a captain. Why can I not? I don't think I can change them, can I? It did say like, oh, if you pick the team that I pick or whatever, then there's cards to be won and whatever. I don't know, guys. I think we're going to be starting off getting fucked over. Which is the way we like it, guys, anyway. We want to be the underdog, but I don't want to give away points to Mamba in the first result, you know? This is a monumental match day. This is the first one going. Jobs NT versus Spicer is definitely the heavyweight clash. El Cashico, that definitely is El Cashico. Me and Mamba's just a Scotland v Ukraine warm up, really. John versus Italy, Ireland and Italy. I think there's a wee bit. No, it's Ireland and France. Ireland and Italy probably got some football history as well, I'm sure. Trapattoni and all that stuff. Maybe some good links there. And Zenub and Cancer, I don't actually know too well, to be honest with you. I know I've seen Zenub's name about a bunch, of course, but in terms of like stuff we're chatting. Anyway, please just let me change Jonas Hector, and I'm not pressing validate on that. Screw it. I'll go into the Discord that I'm in with the guys and ask them how I do it. Maybe it'll work better on my phone or something, who knows. I think the point of it is your followers pick them, you won't be able to change it. I'm pretty sure they said, but I'll look into it, Davey, but you're probably right. But guys, Jonas Hector's injured. We're past the deadline. We're absolutely screwed. Now, guys, I didn't know the deadline for this was at 5 o'clock British time today, because I was hoping we would get in the stream tonight. I thought it might have been in line with the SoRare deadline, but that's just my bad for misunderstanding. And hey ho, looks like round one we're going to be basically, might as well just fucking forfeit it. But you never know, Mamba might have a mare. No bench as well. So next Monday, guys, we'll need to pick the team. Okay, so next Monday we'll come in and we'll pick the team right at the end. I'm telling you this now, right at the end of the stream, we'll pick the team together, but nobody else will be watching. I'll timestamp it later on so you can come back and watch it if you've been watching it after we've been live. Okay, but I think that's going to be me. So we finished out with our third champion team. We managed to get Silvio along into that, along with my rewards, Fagner and Manquello, and then my 2 Spartak boys that I picked up from Day Dot. So hopefully that does pretty well. Excellent. I think that's pretty much everything I've got for you tonight, guys. Thanks very much for joining me. I hope we've had a good stream. I hope we have had a good midweek. I hope we've got something to actually open tomorrow for Trophy Day, because I don't even have ETH. I've got absolutely jack diddly squat. The weekend should be amazing, guys. I hope you do well. I hope this video, you've had fun with it. And again, if you've laughed, you've learned, you've liked something, whatever, please do like the video. It goes a long way to helping me supporting the channel. Thanks to everyone who's jumped in on the live chat. Means a lot. If you've watched this after we've been live, by all means drop a comment down below. So something I missed, if you had these cards, would you pick something different? What team are you picking this week? What game week what division are you attacking? Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.